word might also be from another
I
lesson.
think this was
Someone
from another
who is
lesson. Someone who is
imaginative
imaginative, very
An
creative. An
imaginative
person
probably likes to
probably
draw,
like to
or probably
draw,
likes
or
to
probably like to
dream a little
dream
bit,
a little
like
bit,
in the
like
sense of
in the sense of
thinking about cool
thinking
things that
about
they
cool
can
things
make.
that
An
they can
imaginative
make.
person
An imaginative
uses
person
their
uses their
imagination. So it's an
imagination.
interesting
It's an
word. When you imagine
interesting
something,
word.
you picture
When you
it in your
imagine
mind.
something, you picture it in
When
your
you are
mind.
imaginative,
When you
it's
imaginative, it's easy
to
for
picture
you to
things in your
picture
mind.
things in your mind.
So let's say the
So let's say the teacher says,
draw a picture of the
draw a
sky.
picture of a
If you were
sky.
imaginative,
If you were
would have all
imaginative,
different
you would
ideas
have
for
all
how
the
to draw
different
the sky,
ideas to
and you would
draw the
create a
sky,
picture
and you
with a
create
really
a
cool
picture
drawing.
with a
So
really cool drawing.
a lot of children
A
are
lot of
very
children are very
imaginative.
imaginative.
As we get
As we
older,
get
we
older,
become
we
less
become less
imaginative.
imaginative.
I think that's
I think
the
that's
sad thing
the
about
sad
life.
thing about life.
Sometimes I wish I
Sometimes
was
I
a kid
wish
again
I was a kid again because
I was very
I was very
imaginative,
imaginative. I had a lot of freedom, and I had a lot of
kid.
fun as a kid.
Clingy.
Clingy.
So I think you
So
can
I think
figure out
you could figure out
exactly
what
what
this
this means.
means.
A clingy
A
child
clingy
always
child
likes
always
to be
like
with
to
their
be with their
parents or with their
or with their
grandparents or with
grandparents or with
someone,
someone,
and they will
and they will
physically like to hold
like
on
to
to them.
hold on to them.
I remember
I
my
remember
sister.
my
I hope she's
sister.
not
I hope she's
watching.
not watching.
My sister,
My
when I was
sisters,
a
when I
kid,
was
my
a kid,
sister
my
was very
sister
clingy.
was
I
very
remember
clingy.
her
I
actually
remember
doing
her
this
actually
to my
doing this
dad.
to my
She would
dad.
always cling
She
to
was
his
always
leg
clinging to his
if we
leg.
went to the
If we
shopping mall
went to
or
the
if we went out
shopping
in
mall or we
public.
went out in
She always
public,
wanted
she
to be
always
carried.
wanted to be carried.
I really hope my
I really hope
sister's
my
not.
sister.
I'm not going to say which
I'm gonna
sister.
say which
It's a
sister.
mystery.
It's a mystery.
But a clingy
A
child
clingy
is
child
someone
is
that wants to
someone
be
that wants to be
wants to
carried,
be
want to be
held,
held,
and then even
and
when
then
they're not,
even
they might
when
want to
they're
hold
not,
your
they want to
hand,
hold
or
your
they might
hands, or
even
they
cling
want
to your leg like this
cling to your
child is
legs
doing.
like this child
A
is
clingy
doing.
person.
A clingy person.
We use
We
this
use this
also to
also to
describe
describe
adults, but not
adults,
in a
but not
physical
in a
way.
physical
A
way.
person who is clingy
A
as an
person who
adult
is clingy
simply
as an
wants to
adult
be in the
simply
same place
want to
as
be
you.
in the
So
same
you
place
might
as
have
you.
a friend
You may
who's very
have a friend
clingy,
who is very
who
clingy,
just
who
always
just
wants to
always
visit
want
you
to
and be
visit you
around
and be
you.
around you.
But when a
But
child
when a
is described
child
as
is
clingy, they're
described
very
clingy, is
physically clingy, for
physically
sure.
clingy for sure.
Moody.
Moody.
So moody
So
generally
moody generally means
a negative
a
mood
negative mood
and different moods.
and different moods.
Okay, so a moody
So a moody
person might be
person
kind
might
of
be
happy
kind
and
of
then
happy
sad
and
and
then
then
sad and then
angry
and then
upset.
upset.
They're just
They're
someone
just
who goes
someone
through
who
a
goes
lot
through
of
a lot
mood
of mood
swings in a short
in a
period
short
of time.
period of time.
Teenagers
Teenagers
can be very moody. They can be happy one moment and then angry the next moment and then sad the next moment. So a moody person has different feelings and moods, usually quite rapidly. Teenagers, when I was a teenager, I was really moody. Happy one moment, and then I was annoyed another moment, and then I was happy again. I was a very moody
teenager.
Impulsive.
Impulsive.
So an impulsive
child
thinks about doing something and then does it right away. This child, I would imagine, is impulsive. They found a rubber band, or what we sometimes call an elastic. They found a rubber band and then they just shot it. Without thinking about whether they should do it or not. Without thinking about what would happen. An impulsive child is usually always touching things. When you go to a store to shop with an impulsive child, they might just take clothes off the rack and look at them, and you might be saying, "Hey, put that back. Don't touch everything." So an impulsive child thinks about doing something and then does it quickly without thinking. We also use this to describe adults in the same way. Some adults are quite impulsive, but generally children are far more impulsive than adults. They do things quickly and without thinking sometimes. Belligerent. So a belligerent child is a stubborn child. A belligerent child is a child who doesn't always do what their parents say and sometimes gets a little bit angry about it. A belligerent teenager might actually get angry at their parents. One common phrase that teenagers sometimes say is to parents is, "You're ruining my life." So sometimes teenagers they'll stomp around
stop
angry and
around
say, "You're
angry
ruining my
and
life,"
you're
and
ruining
we
my
would say
life,
they're
and we say
being belligerent.
they are being
A belligerent
belligerent.
child
A belligerent
might
child may
do
also
things
do
they were
things
told not
they
to
were
do
told not to
because
do
they're angry
because
and
they're
stubborn
angry
and
and
they just
stubborn
do
and
them
just do
anyways.
them anyway.
I was a little
I
bit
was a little bit
belligerent as a
belligerent as a
teenager, just a little bit belligerent.
just a little bit belligerent.
Let's look that one up for a
Let's
sec
one up
though.
for
Let's just make
a
sure
second. Let's to make
that I
sure
have the
that I have the
full.
full.
Let's see.
Let's see.
Hostile, aggressive,
Hostile,
determined to
aggressive,
do what they
determined to
want
do
to
what they
do
want to
rather
do
than what
rather
they are
than what
told.
they are
That's
told.
the description
That's
of
the description
belligerent.
of belligerent.
Directly from the internet.
Directly from the internet.
Inconsiderate.
Inconsiderate.
When someone is considerate, they think about
They
the
think
people
about the
around
people
them.
around
Let's see,
them.
where did I have that
Let's see,
word?
we have that
So
word.
a considerate
considerate
person helps other people. An
Helps other people.
inconsiderate person
An
doesn't
inconsiderate
care about the
person doesn't
people
care
around them.
about
And
people
to me,
around
this
them.
is
And
the
to me,
best
this is the best
example. If
example.
I was in a movie
When I
theater
was in a
watching
movie
a
theater
movie
watching a movie
and someone was
and
talking on their phone during the movie, we would say that person is inconsiderate. They aren't thinking about how their actions affect the people around them. They are inconsiderate. We also, if you want a stronger English word, we might say they're a jerk.
They are a jerk.
That's a derogatory term. It's not quite a swear word, but it's not a nice
quite a
thing
swear
to
word.
say.
It's not a nice way to say.
Here is what
Here's
I
what
might actually say.
say.
The movie was
The
good,
movie was
but
good,
some jerk was on their phone the whole time during the movie. That would be a totally normal English word
to say.
A nicer way
to say it would be,
I was watching the movie and I didn't enjoy it. Someone was on their phone. They was very
inconsiderate.
But sometimes
you just
use other words.
This is
not a term we use in a positive way. This is a very negative term. It's derogatory. That means it's not good, and you shouldn't use this word, but you need to know this word. A crybaby is used to describe someone who complains easily or actually cries very easily. So sometimes you might know a child who, for the simplest reason, they start to cry, and someone might describe them as a crybaby. I would not use this term. It's a very rude term, but you will hear this word in movies and on television, so you do need to know it. So this is definitely a word I'm teaching you so that you recognize it, but not a word to use, because it's kind of mean to use this word. But when you watch a movie, you might even hear them describe an adult as a crybaby, someone who cries a lot, or someone who complains or whines a lot might be described as a crybaby. Interestingly enough, two of the most common ways to describe children are to say that they are a good kid or that they are a bad kid. So we have good kids. They'll say, yeah, my nephew is a good kid. Or, hey, I was just trying to think of another example for bad. Yeah, you could say, my cousin's kid is a bad kid. So a good kid obviously does good things. A good kid maybe has a part-time job, is saving up money, has friends and goes to school and gets relatively good grades. Whereas a bad kid might skip school. A bad kid might not do their homework. A bad kid might have a job and then not go in and get fired. Good kids, bad kids. They're the simplest ways to describe people, but they're very common. In fact, sometimes people will say, hey, you have good kids. No one's ever said I have bad kids. I hope they don't. I hope I don't ever hear that.
I don't ever hear that word.
We also have the term messed up. And sometimes you'll say, hey, did you hear about the neighbor's son? He got arrested. And someone might say, yeah, he's messed up. So it's, again, not a nice way to describe someone. A kid who is messed up maybe has gotten in trouble with the law. A kid who's messed up might have started stealing things when they were 12 or 13, when they were younger. But usually we use this to describe teenagers who do things that are illegal regularly, or even sometimes adults. You might say, yeah, my cousin Joe is messed up. He's always in trouble with the law. He's just a messed up guy.